So in this video, we're talking about the news that just happened last week. We're talking about, is Elon Musk abusing drugs? And immediate tax credits for new or used EVs. You won't have to wait anymore for your tax credits. Giga Berlin is facing a production hold. More grants for EV expansion. This is awesome. Now, Tesla is planning the largest facility in North America. Is Tesla dominating the EV charging race? Tesla reduced its EV range on several models, and we'll talk about why. The new updated Model 3 is now available in North America. Hertz is selling 1/3 of its EV fleet, and why. Kathy Wood is buying Tesla shares on the dip. Now, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. So, welcome to my channel, where I give you the latest Tesla news. This is from Teslarati. Tesla has embraced the new immediate use of the EV tax credits, which was announced last year by the IRS and the Department of Treasury. In October, the IRS and the Department of Treasury announced that it would issue new guidance regarding the EV tax credits, with the changes taking effect in 2024. In previous years, EV buyers would have to wait to receive their tax credits due to the purchase. The credit would be applied to the buyer's tax the next following year. Buying an EV, used or new, you won't have to wait anymore. In 2024, the US government expanded the electric vehicle tax credit program and access to those credits to help dealers expand their businesses and consumers taking advantages of cost-saving buying an EV. On Friday, the US Department of the Treasury and the IRS announced new guidance that would lower the cost for consumers and help dealerships benefit from the Inflation Reduction Act by providing EV credits at the point of sale for both new and used EVs. It comes in response of studies that showed consumers would rather have an immediate rebate than when they're buying a car, as opposed to waiting for a credit that can be applied to the taxes the following year. Now, more news on Giga Berlin. Now, this kind of sucks. Tesla Giga Berlin announced temporary production halt due to Red Sea conflict. Giga Berlin recently announced a temporary production halt from January 29th to February 11th due to the conflict in the Red Sea. The aimed conflict in the Red Sea and the associated shifts in transport routes between Europe and Asia via the Cape of Good Hope are also having an impact on production in Greenheide. The considerable longer transportation times creating a gap in supply chain. According to Reuters, Tesla Berlin joined companies like China's Greely and Sweden's IKEA, who have openly talked about expecting interruption and delivery delays due to the Red Sea attacks. Now, this is getting really ridiculous. The media is trying to destroy Elon Musk's reputation and does it viciously. NASA, no evidence Elon Musk's SpaceX is not complying with drug and alcohol-free regulations. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, has issued a comment about Wall Street Journal's claims that CEO Elon Musk uses drugs such as ketamine, LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, and psychedelic mushrooms. Citing sources reportedly familiar with Musk and his company, the Wall Street Journal claimed in its report that the CEO's drug use has made Tesla and SpaceX executives worried. The publication also highlighted that the use of illicit substances could result in Musk losing his security clearance. To this, Musk stated that he underwent random drug testing for 3 years following the event at Joe Rogan's podcast, where he took a puff of a marijuana cigarette at NASA's request, and not even a trace of quantities were found of any drugs or alcohol. Musk has stated on X, the Wall Street Journal has become so desperate for circulation that they lie on a regular basis. Seriously, we know how many hours Elon Musk works. Do we believe this guy has use for drugs and drift away for just a second? I don't think so. More grants for EV expansion. The United States Department of Transportation has funneled $623 million in grants into efforts to expand the electric vehicle charging infrastructure across the country as EVs are becoming more popular. The grants will help build EV charging stations in 22 states and Puerto Rico. there'll be 47 projects in total and 7,500 new EV charging ports. Pretty cool right here. Tesla announced plans for the largest service center in North America. Tesla's announced plans for its largest service center in North America in Vancouver, British Columbia. The facility will be 120,000 square feet and will serve for delivery, vehicle prep, service, and sales. As we didn't know this, but on Tuesday, Benzinga Newswire announced that Tesla dominates the EV charging race, installing 6,000 fast chargers in 2023. ChargePoint and EVgo struggle to keep up. EV prices are now closer than ever to combustion engine cars, thanks to Elon's and Tesla's fierce price cuts last year. Now let's talk about this one. On Tuesday, MarketWatch MT Newswire reported that Tesla reduced EV driving range estimate to align with EPA rules. Tesla has lowered its electric vehicle driving range estimates following new guidelines by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, according to multiple reports. The company lowered its estimate for the Model Y long range to 310 miles, down from 330 miles. Additionally, Tesla also dropped the estimate for the Model Y to 285 miles from 303 miles. The changes were made after EPA shared a test rule guidelines to be effective in 2024 models with automakers in July of 2022. On Wednesday, Tesla launched its new version of the Model 3 in North America. MT Newswire. Tesla has released an updated version of the Model 3 sedan in North America. The Model 3 has an EPA estimate range of up to 341 miles, up from 333 miles previously. The upgraded new Model 3 includes acoustic glass and quieter cabin, a rear display for passengers in the back seat, an upgraded sound system with up to 17 speakers. On Thursday, AI Root reported that Hertz has a loss on its EV fleet because of Tesla's pricing decision. Rental car giant Hertz is selling 20,000 all-electric vehicles. The sale will generate a loss of about $245 million. Rental companies buy and sell cars all the time. That generates some profits and losses depending on the sale price compared with carrying value of the car to the company's books. However, used cars cannot be more than new cars. So when Tesla lowered prices, used BEVs prices moved lower to establish a traditional spread between new and used cars. So now Hertz is selling 1/3 of its global electric fleet.
It's a black eye for Hertz. I think they clearly miscalculated in terms of the way this was going to, ultimately play out. But I don't view it as much of a negative for Tesla. I think the way Hertz went about it, from the marketing of the vehicle to the distribution, was a disaster. And clearly, I think that's what some of the investors right now are digesting.
Yeah, if you I rented an EV once, and I know how to work them, but some people don't. They just kind of leave you to, not just Hertz. By the way, not just Hertz. They leave you to the wind. You better know what you're doing. Get in the car and you're like, this is a whole different driving experience. So that point, now, are you worried that these 20,000, my guess is high mileage, pretty beaten up Model 3s being flooded onto the market via Hertz, because Hertz does sell cars, people don't realize that, will damage Tesla's near-term sales?
I don't believe so. I mean, if we look at ultimate demand that's happening in the U.S. and even in China, I think they're actually having a bit of a rebound as we go into 2024. I think this is an overreaction. Look, right now, there's a lot of dark clouds from perception perspective when it comes to Tesla. I think they come out flexing the muscles when it comes to guidance, in a few weeks when they guide. This is a black eye moment for Hertz, not for Tesla.
Okay.
And Tesla announced price drop in China for the Model 3 and Model Y. Tesla cut prices aggressively around the world in 2023 amid higher interest rates and more EV competition. Tesla and BYD have the leading market share in China. Saturday, MarketWatch, Cathie Wood buys more Tesla stock on a dip, keeps on cutting Coinbase. Wood's flagship ARKK ETF has bought more than $20 million worth of Tesla stock 3 times in 3 weeks. When it comes to Tesla stock, Cathie Wood seems to be buying on the dip and selling on the rallies, as everyone should, I might add. RK bought 94,733 shares of Tesla on Thursday at the closing price that they would be valued at $21 $8.53 million. The ETF bought 93,965 shares on December 20th, and on January 3rd, the ETF purchased 91,194 shares. Kathy's ETF sold Tesla shares October 18th when the stock was up 97% to date, while the S&P 500 was up 12.4%. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to know a little bit more of what's happening so far with Tesla in January of 2024, you could watch this video next. Anyway, thank you so much. My name is Claudia. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.